Ask any technology company in Ottawa what their biggest concern is, and I'm almost sure they'll say talent. We're here today at the biggest technology career fair in Ottawa to dig into what's going on in the HR tech scene. All this coming up on Techopia Live. Welcome to Techopia Live. I'm Michael Curran from the Ottawa Business Journal. Techopia Live is a regular podcast from OBJ that keeps you connected to the startups and the established players and examine some of the big issues in the local tech sector. And that's really what we're talking about today. We're talking about what I consider to be one of the biggest issues, which is talent. And as you might see, we're in a little bit of a different venue here. And we'll be exploring that, but let me introduce our two special guests today. First off, we've got Amanda Gordon, the Chief of Staff. I almost give you a promotion there, Amanda. The Chief of Staff at Kanata North Business Association. Thanks for being here.
It's a pleasure.
And we have Amy MacLeod, who works as Vice President Communications for MDA, and we'll hear a little bit more about MDA, but I want to start with you, Amanda. I think everyone knows what KNBA is, Kanata North Business Association, but give us the 30 seconds on KNBA.
30 seconds. So we are proud to be the business association for Kanata North, for Canada's largest technology park. 540 companies, 33,000 employees. It's a vibrant ecosystem that supports our tech community. And truly a showcase for Canada for technology. And we're also very proud to boast Hub 350. So Hub 350 is a recent opening for us, a community gathering space where we've had already over 10,000 people come to network, to collaborate, and really to have meetings and come out of this hybrid work environment and be together again.
So help people watching understand where we're at. We're in a noisy, jam-packed room with lots of exhibitors and attendees. We're at Technata. So tell us what that is.
Yeah, so Discover Technata came about years ago when our HR Leaders Council said they wanted a career fair. And they wanted a career fair to be able to showcase what's happening in our tech park and to pull talent in. And so it has evolved over the years to now be something that is truly a showcase. So we have over 50 companies, I think the number I have to check, that are here today. We had started earlier in the week with 3,000 pre-registered candidates, job seekers here. We ended this morning with over 4,000 that were pre-registered. So what you're seeing today is such a proud moment for our tech park to show that there are opportunities here. We're open for business. A lot of companies that are hiring, and we are expecting to see those candidates talking to companies about over 1,000 jobs that are open today. 30,000 when you look at the rollout of that, but definitely 1,000 in the park.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's bring you into the conversation, Amy. So maybe tell us a little bit about MDA. It's a great company, a Canadian company with deep roots.
Yeah, a Canadian company with deep roots, but all space-based. So it's an interesting application of technology. Technology is everywhere. Of course, it's intense in space. It is all high-tech, advanced technology that needs to endure and service Earth from space. So that's what we do. We have several sort of areas of specialty. One is Earth observation, so really using satellite and radar imagery and data to understand what's happening on our planet here, critical for climate change, for understanding sovereignty and security, for understanding deforestation, illegal fishing, all the things that happen here that need to be monitored and measured. We also do, of course, space robotics. We're the world leader in space robotics, best known for Canadarm. We're building our third generation right now at our facility in Brampton, which will be 400,000 kilometers away and very jam-packed with advanced technology, able to operate autonomously because we will not be crewed all the time, the space station. And in our facility in Montreal, we do a ton of stuff also for satellite communications, direct-to-device to your phone, communications that help us in everything that we do here, like events like this. So I will mention in Kanata North, we're proud to be in Kanata North. We build actually vision sensors. Every spacecraft that flies needs a vision capability, and it needs a sensor on the spacecraft in order to see where it's going and to land safely. And we do that right here in Kanata North.
And Amy, not only are you working for MDA, you work for Mitel, you've been very connected, to local technology park. I'm curious, what is your perspective in terms of talent needs and what we're experiencing here in this room, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm super excited to be in this room today, because it's been a few years where we've had an event like this, where you can bring the community together. It's buzzing, it's loud, it's fantastic. 4,000 people, I think I heard, registered. It feels like growth. This is what growth looks like in the industrial sector. And we've got it here. There's something special in Kanata North. We all see it and feel it. It is, yes, the companies, but it's the talent in those companies that makes this a world-class geography for innovation. And it is more precious than ever. It's harder to keep than ever, and it's harder to find than ever. So events like this, critical to a company like MDA, to make sure that we continue to power our growth with the right innovation, skills, and talent.
And Amanda, I wanted to ask you, so there's about 40, 50 exhibiting companies, 4,000 people, let's say, visiting today. Is this a sign that there still is a strong demand to recruit new people and find more talent right here in Kanata North?
Absolutely. I think a lot of people are very nervous about some of the recent announcements in the tech community, but Kanata North is a very diverse group of companies. It is, I can't say that we're not immune to it. We definitely have had some companies that are holding back, but we also have companies that have excelled and are, have high growth happening right now. I think of beautiful companies like Ross Video, Nokia that is announcing, over 200 hires. Canaxis, we've got Solace that is on fire right now. So we have so many companies here that really haven't had the light shine on them enough to really be able to tell the story of what's happening here. But yeah, we're definitely hiring in Kanata North.
And despite all the positivity and the evidence is literally everywhere around us, there has been some firms have been in a little bit caught by the downturn. Maybe looking at some layoffs. We had Rewind, unfortunately, this week announced about 25% of its staff was laid off. How should people factor that into the overall environment?
Yeah, so it's real. Yeah. Certainly, last night I was speaking to the team at Rewind and got a list of employees. I was sending them information about Discover Technata. What I like about the Ottawa community, and not only Ottawa, but what I love about this community is we lean in on each other. So if somebody's letting go, it's very normal for them to say, here's the people that were impacted, can anybody help? And very quickly we see firms saying, I'm interested, connect us. So we have a beautiful community that does support, but when I look at that from a much bigger lens, I want to shout out and make people more aware that Kanata North is Canada's largest technology park. We have thousands of jobs that are open right now, and it really is real. But the Globe and Mail wrote a beautiful article recently about how there's so many companies that are letting go, and maybe it's a time for Canada to be a little bit louder about the opportunities we have. So I am very respectful of the amount of people that are here today that have recently been let go or have, they're trying to find their next opportunity. I'm so proud of events like this where we can connect them to those companies that are real.
And, we should acknowledge that layoffs and restructurings are just part of everyday business, and it's not to dehumanize them or lessen the impact on people, but it's a regular process of businesses recalibrating for either market conditions or client needs or something like that.
I've definitely spent my career in technology, and I've been up and down and up and down, and we're feeling that momentum here of coming back up, but yeah, it's real.
Amy, I wanted to wrap up with you. You've spent so much time in your career dealing with the park. Talent is just one of those persistent issues that will always be out there. This is a fantastic positive step in identifying talent and onboarding talent. What do you think the technology community more specifically in Ottawa could be doing better so that we're bringing potentially more people from outside the city or working more with post-secondary? Anyway, what would you say we could do better in terms of solving some of the persistent talent issues that exist in Ottawa?
It's a little bit what Amanda was saying, which is really coming together as a community and leaving the city as one to position the tech community across the region here. I'm from a small mining town in Northern Ontario. I am a Canadian who understands that for many, many generations, Canada's economy was rooted in natural resource. It is no longer thus. It is innovation, it is skills, and it is talent, and it is mobile. And the entire world needs it, and we have it, so we have to protect it, for one. We have companies that will not grow without it. And I think that's what we see at this event today. We have 1,400, I believe, Amanda, open job recs in the park today. My own company has hired 1,500 in Canada in the last year. So you see the need for tech talent. I think with the city, with great partners like KNBA, like OBJ, like others across the region, when there is a downturn, those ebbs and flows are normal. We've all experienced, if you work, if your career is long enough, you're going to experience it. It's what we all go through. When those moments happen, how do we go out as Kanata North, with the City of Ottawa, with OBJ, with all of our partners, to bring that talent here? That's an opportunity I think we could do a better job at partnering on, and I think is a great way to attract talent to continue to feed things like this.
Amy, I want to thank you for sharing all those perspectives, and to Amanda and the greater KNBA team, congratulations on producing a fantastic event, for doing something action-packed that's helping these companies deal with some of their HR issues. So thank you both for being here today. All right, we have lots more coming up in this episode. We're going to talk to some of the exhibitors and some of the attendees today. But before we do that, we want to pause for a second and recognize the sponsor of this episode, TD Bank.
TD's relationship team is committed to your business. They take the time to understand your business and provide banking solutions that can help you achieve your business goals. A dedicated local team allows for deeper customer relationships and better service. They take the time to learn about your business and industry so they can react to changes in the marketplace and anticipate your business's evolving banking needs. Your relationship team can also connect you with other specialists at TD to help move your business forward. And once you're up and running, TD continues to actively manage your relationship, looking for ways to help grow your business. Learn more at tdcommercialbanking.com.
The KNBA is an incredible organization that really brings all of the tech companies in the region together, and they really work on the collaboration part of attracting the best and the brightest. And as you can see, they've done a phenomenal job here today. I'm not sure of the final numbers, but I would guess there's probably been over 3,000 attendees here today. So we are thrilled to be participating, and I can tell you our representatives haven't stopped talking since they arrived.
And Technata is the biggest trade show for us. It's a trade show as much as it's a job fair. It's the biggest trade show of the year for us. You know, this is where it all happens. Kanata is where High Tech Central is, and this is where we're doing amazing things. Like, I live vicariously through the people that work for me, working in these different companies, and they're creating products that are changing the planet. You know, I'm a big cheerleader for the high tech industry, and especially the high tech industry in Canada and Technata.
Considering the present job market, about the talks about recession and the slowdown, I am a potential job seeker trying to figure out what's happening in the market, what's going on with these companies, what positions or what potential talents they're looking for at the moment.
Because you can connect to people directly, and it is much better than applying for a job online.
I feel like there are great opportunities here to find a good job for it. I'm looking for fall, so I hope I'll be able to find a good job here.
It was an enriching experience, to be honest. I got to meet some new people who are hiring, new people who are working in certain companies, and some or the other way we get to know something when we speak to the other individual who's on the opposite side working for a company, be it small or big. So I got to learn something, network few people, what are the opportunities in specific company and how do I have to approach that job. It's more or less an experience, to be honest.
All right, great to talk to some of the exhibitors and some of the attendees here at Technata. I hope you picked up on the great buzz in the room and the thousands of people that are looking to develop their careers. Let's now recognize some of the great companies that support our Techopia project. Here they are.
Techopia is brought to you by many great sponsors, such as EY, building a better working world. Number Crunch, offering virtual CFO services for SaaS companies. Pearly Robertson Hill and McDougall, a leader in business and technology sector law. TD Bank, specialized programs for technology companies. The University of Ottawa Faculty of Engineering, creating the next generation of technical talent. Techopia is not only a podcast, we post new articles daily at obj.ca/Techopia. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe and click the bell icon.
All right, before we wrap up, I want to thank Amanda from KNBA and Amy from MDA, all these acronyms here today, for being part of this special episode of Techopia right here at Technata. I want to thank you for continuing to tune into the show. Remember, you can visit obj.ca/Techopia for daily information and news on the local tech sector. That's all the time we have for today. Let's keep making this Ottawa's technology utopia. That is Techopia. Bye-bye.